First like a myth, then I talk in your face. Show you my cast and I blow in your face. Lemonade, I got the juice, I squeeze it. If you like this is my air, I breathe it. Read through the lines of everything between it. Referee talk, all I need is a ring. Chippy a ball, all I need is 6 rings. I got them listening, hearing me sing. Trying to get paid off of millions and streams. No, I'm not famous, but people know me. Music is moving, I'll stay in the seas. I heart the mafia, I need me a team. I play the barrels and Beatles, huh? They keep it rocking on Flintstone. Haters play Michael and beat it. Shots make them get low like Lambo. Cheaters be like it's a stove. Call me chef cause I'm nice with the bow. Oh, cheaters be like it's a stove. Call me a chef cause I'm nice with the bow. I'm fly today, look at myself in the mirror today. I'm fresh like a man, tryna be cool like some bird today. Blood up the street, stuff it without it, I fly away. Who's a chick? You the one that she called me back. I'm not to this cake, get to the bag like hard delay. Concentrate, I cannot sit here and contemplate. Leave me alone, stuck in my zone, I need some space. Stuck in my ways, I cannot change it all the way.
Good looking. Thank you. Welcome to No Filter Radio, y'all. Happy Tuesday. It's your girl, Just Blaze. It has been a minute since I've been on. I've been on a brief hiatus this summer. But I'm back. And we are back. And we are back to do some interviews. As you guys know, I have Indie Source Magazine out and popping right now. September issue. Make sure you cop that. Got my guy, Big Cosmet, also. I'm taking submissions for my October issue. If anybody is interested, make sure you DM me or email me so we can get that rolling. This evening I have a dope artist by the name of Soulrac. He's a conscious rapper. I really like his music. I like what he's talking about. He's very lyrical. And his music, it resonates, and it can be very relatable to a lot of people. A lot of African Americans to be exact. So let me get him on here right now. So how's everybody doing? Trying to get him on. Just wait. These mosquitoes are still home. It's still going. I gotta attack this. Make sure it's an MP3 too, please. Any music that's submitted will be, if it's probably MP3 tag, will be submitted, uploaded into Soulrac. That's we got Soulrac. Hippie, I was just playing your song. I'm really feeling that joint. Which one was playing? I was just playing your joint. Fly today, yeah. What's going on? So jump on my live. You gotta accept my live. You're welcome. I'm gonna hit me up, hit my DM, so we could talk about I don't know, offering something. I also have packages that I'm offering right now. Interview package, studio session, and a feature in the magazine. Click the link on my profile. Go to my profile and click email, and it will send you right to the email. So I sent you the invite again.
Yo,
Hey,
you
click
see
the
me?
link on my profile. Go to my profile and click email, and it will send you right to the. You gotta lower your mic.
You can see.
Now I know what they're talking about. When I used to go to radio station when I was younger, it's called Hot 97 a lot to try to win prizes and stuff. But I always used to have my radio up, and he used to be like, "Turn your radio down. You don't need to hear yourself." And I'm like, "But I want to hear myself." So now I know how it sounds like on the other end. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay,
How you doing?
I didn't know you were speaking to me or to the
No, yeah,
audience.
I was talking to you. I was telling you a story because
Oh
I heard the
yeah,
backbeat when you came on at first.
yeah, we good now. Yeah, appreciate the invite. Glad to
Yeah,
hang out with you and your audience. You know what I'm saying?
definitely. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be on with you. You know what I'm saying? We linking in. So yo, just
Definitely,
looking to do some exciting things in 2021 and 2022. You know how we do.
definitely. We got to think
Yeah.
on the positive side no matter what, you know.
Well, yeah, we've been through a lot of bullshit, so we got to
And it's not even
start
over.
thinking. I know it seems like it's just beginning, in my opinion, but you know how
Again,
they
right?
go.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
deja vu.
yeah, that's what it seemed like. But we just got to stay prayerful and stay open minded and continue to support one another through this craziness.
Definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Yeah,
So you're out in Florida right now, right?
yeah. I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. A lot of people shocked when they hear my music. It's like, you from Florida? Yeah, everybody don't rap like Two Live Crew. You know what I'm saying? Some depends on your upbringing, who you was influenced by. But
Yeah.
I grew up in Orlando, which is like a melting pot because most of the guys that was there were from New York. They were from Chicago. They were from elsewhere. So those were my friends. And I just, I fell in love with hip hop before I even met them. But it's just like,
Okay.
I grew up on the heavy D and all of that, Rakim, Mary B. So that was my music. And so that's
You
what I
adapt
wanted
to
to do.
that type of sound.
Well, that's what I was really born into that because I really didn't vibe too much with the Two Live Crew. Now, don't get me wrong; it was good for the club. Who didn't want to see
Oh
the
yeah,
booty shake it? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, as
always good
far
for the
as
club.
exactly, but as far as creativity and everything like that, I'm not knocking it because I'm in love where I'm from. I show love to that. But I'm just saying, as far as me, I was a person. I'm a person that like to be challenged. So I like something to take me out of out of the status quo. And so that's where I went to. That's what I wrote to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here we are
No, it's
today.
dope.
Yeah, I
That's dope.
appreciate that.
I really
Appreciate
like
that.
your music. Your
Thank
song,
you.
"Belly of the Beast." I
Yeah.
might have heard it about 3 or 4 times already.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah.
It's one of those songs where it's like you have to play it back because it's like I know I heard something, but I missed it, but I got to hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you're speaking so much truth in that song.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned before you got on, your music is so relatable. Now and
Mm-hmm.
from then, you know what I mean? Especially to the black man in
Yeah.
society nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So to
Oh
hear
yeah.
that, it's rare and it's good and I love it and it's refreshing because, you hear the same sound over and over again and,
Yeah.
they're rapping about the same thing over and over again and it has no substance in it. It's like,
Exactly.
all right, like now what? Like, okay, we popped a couple of bottles and did this and that. Now
Yeah.
what? Like where's your message and what is your message? What are you trying to give the people aside from bopping here and there or whatever. You want to be able to give a message. You want people to be able to relate to your music and to feel your music at that. And that I definitely felt when I heard your music.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, that's the challenge of being an artist that want to break outside the box is that so many people are willing to play the status quo where they don't have no message. Because nowadays, when I listen to artists, they like, yo, that's dope. I'm like, dope in what way? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really saying nothing. I'm not impressed if if you're repeating what somebody else said, you just said it a different way. You want to impress me, talk about subject matters that nobody talking about. Dig deep, be vulnerable. I had, and I'm going to be quick, but I had a Twitter conversation with Speech, and he was just saying that, talking about the new Drake and the new, Kanye West album. We won't get into that unless you want to later, but he was just saying that one of the things that's happening, that's why artists who we probably would have overlooked back in the 90s, I'm not talking about them in particular, I'm just talking about the way the culture is that they're getting opportunities now because people are not really striving to be creative. They're not striving to be vulnerable in their music. They're not willing to reveal themselves. They're more or less just, okay, well, let me just make what's popping and put it out there, and hopefully. Yeah. And that's and I feel like that's what's hurting the game right now, because the reason the hip hop thrived so much in the 90s or even in the golden era was because people strive to be creative. You know what I'm saying? There was an explosion of creativity at that time.
You're right about that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why hip hop, I felt, became a global movement because of that level of creativity. I mean, you look at what the Wu-Tang did, they got chapters all over the world. You look at Chuck D still touring. You know what I'm saying? Some of these old school rappers still touring overseas. They still doing it.
Busta Rhymes just performed at the Barclays Center.
Exactly. I mean, look at the verses right now. Who they bringing back? They bring about the old school artists.
The old school, yeah.
They ain't bringing none of these new guys to do the verses.
Because that's music we can hear on repeat. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, we really should strive as artists to really create music that's going to push the needle and that's going to make people hear something. I mean, you ain't got to be me. Don't do what I'm doing. Do what you do. But we got to bring more than just, okay, well, let's go to the club. Let's pop the bottles. Let's pour some champagne on her ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about something that really matters, and let's change the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it brings me back to one of my favorite songs growing up was Self-Destruction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That song you play it today right now, and people are still going to go crazy with that song, but it has such an amazing, strong message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that and we all in the same game from the West Coast. And so, we were really trying to be creative. And, you think about one of the best, I would say, posse records is the Symphony. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just one of them records you can play over and over again. I'm hoping one day my music can be played like that and people love it like that. But, that's when that's the testament of true music, is when people still listen to it this day and still get that same feeling when they first heard it. That's when you did something. It's timeless, like you said.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what message exactly is Soulrac trying to bring out to the people?
Well, Soulrac basically means music for the soul. So basically my objective in every song is to touch the people's hearts and mind with the music. What is dealing with what's going on the streets, what is dealing with what's going on politically, or if it's something dealing with relationship. I don't really say I have, I'm not, as they say, a one-trick pony. I'm all about what the music speaks to me, and I speak it to the people. But I got a lot of upcoming music that's really dealing with a lot of issues. Some dealing with things in hip hop, others dealing with relationship, and then I have some dealing with what's happening, on the streets. Not really like what you hear from every other rapper, but I'm bringing my perspective to it. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's dope. Okay, so I have a question.
All right.
So your name, I read that it's your name backwards.
Yep.
Wait, you gotta explain that to me now, because
no problem.
I read that sentence about 5 times to try to figure that part out. I said, wait. Okay, explain that.
Yeah. Well, my first name is Carlos. So if you flip Carlos backwards, it spells Solrac, but then you add the U, because I like to emphasize the word soul, because my music is soulful. So that's basically where Soulrac originated from, that idea.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That's so dope. You see things like that as well. You don't have like no Biggie Soul name or like some, you know what I mean? Like,
nah.
Your name has meaning behind it too, and that's dope.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything I do, I try to have some type of meaning to it. Peace to everybody that's saying peace and join the show. Much love to you. But I try to write things that have meaning to it. I don't feel like You know, I'm just not gonna waste a pen and pad just to say something everybody else is saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just a waste of time. And that's a waste of time to the audience. I mean, I respect the game too much to write something that don't have no meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I can make a party record too. I mean, you put some dope beats on, I can write and spit lyrics all day. But as far as me going in the booth, I want to bring something that's memorable. And that's what I strive to do.
Well, that's good that you're versatile too, you know?
Yeah,
You can go into different parts of different types of music. Yeah.
No doubt.
So, have you ever collaborated with anyone from another genre?
Yeah, I'm working with my man P Smart. We got a track. He's in the Afro beats. We got a track that's getting ready to drop soon called "Give Me Love." It's gonna be dope. We just did the music video about 2 weeks ago, so it's going through the process of being edited. But I'm willing to work with any genre. I mean, I'm open. I would love to do some tracks with some reggae artists. I mean, you know, like K-10. Hey, send them my way. I'm ready to put that work in because I really want to do
some
something.
dope reggae artists that are overseas actually too.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, yeah, that's where most of my market is overseas. Actually, that's why I'm building my fan base real strong overseas right now. So
I tell artists that all the time. Like you'll gain more recognition. I guess if that's the best word. More recognition out of your hometown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't get.
It's a matter of your grind. The grind and the work that you put in.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, I'm from Orlando, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's a lot of cats here trying to do their music. But me, I'm more like, I'm global. I think globally. So my mind is where I want to do a promo tour over in France, UK and all of that, which I'm looking to set up right now. But that's what it's all about. It's all about expanding your horizon. I mean, Chuck D said it best. He said, just don't focus on the 48 states. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I took it and ran with it. And that's what I'm doing. Focusing beyond. I mean, I'm gonna get my love here because this is where I live, but I'm definitely trying to get love elsewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Have you been to New York?
I have. I stayed there for about 2 weeks, and then I had to come back home. But yeah, I was up there in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? My aunt stayed up there. Yeah, my aunt is like huh? Oh, I love it. I mean, I like New York. I mean, I always wanted to live there. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, when I got older, you know, I stayed. But yeah, I always wanted to live there when I was younger because that's where it was happening. I mean, hip hop was New York. You wanted to be where the music was. You know what I'm saying? So my people was from New York who I hung around, and people that I rode with, they was from New York. So I idolized where they came from. And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, but now as I got older, I was like, I'm kind of glad I stayed here because I'm glad I created my own lane for me. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, making music, you know, the goal is to be respected everywhere. But I'm glad I'm getting love from people up in NYC in New York. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Definitely. When you're writing, what do you do? Like, what do you do to get into your zone?
Oh, man. What I do when I first get a track, you know, I'm not a person that's just write a rhyme in 5 minutes. I can. But I like to meditate on the beat and let the beat speak to me, if that makes sense. Like when I get a track, I listen to it and see what the beat is speaking to me. Like, what is it saying? What is the message in the song? And then once I hear it, then at that point I begin to write. Like first I might write the hook first, or I might write the first line, and then I might sit on it for about a good 3 days or so until I get more, and then I just add it because I want to write. I want every lyric that I write to come from my heart. I just don't want to write something just to write it and not have any emotion behind it. That way, when I go in the booth and I got to spit it 10 or 12 times, it ain't gonna bother me because every word I say means something to me. And so I take the time to write it. I don't rush it. I can write a song in 5 days. I mean, in 1 day. I can write in 30 minutes. There ain't nothing to write a song, but does that song have meaning? The intensity is not going to be there. Exactly. That intensity is not there. That heart is not in it. Am I vulnerable in the song? Like, am I exposing my soul to the people? And if it's not doing that for me, I'm not going to write it until I get there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's how I write.
Your most challenging moment as an artist?
Ooh, working with a producer that didn't make beats that I really like. That's my trying to make songs that don't really fit me or don't really fit my vibe. Trying to write to them. Like I had this one track.
Forced to, or like did you have like no choice and like you had to get it done?
You always got a choice, but when I give somebody my word, I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do. But there was a guy who gave me a beat like maybe 6 months ago. I can't remember when, but that beat was like, it sounded like some dishes falling on the floor. And I'm like, oh shit. So I had to figure out a way to write it because I gave my word, just something I wasn't used to writing to. But, I'm an artist. So I found a way. Funny story, I let a friend of mine hear it. And she's like, how did you find the beat? I say, I'm an artist. You're going to find a way to make that track work. So it worked out, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to publicize it. Don't want nobody know. But yeah,
Wow, I want to hear it
kinda,
now. You got to send it to me.
I'll send it to you.
I want to hear it.
I got it. I'll send it to you. Yeah.
If you rate it from 1 to 10, what would you rate it? Not
What?
If it wasn't your song, like you just an outsider hearing.
As far as worst to bad, good. Worst to what? Maybe a 2. If
0 being worse.
Maybe a 2.
2?
Maybe a 2. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, production wise, yeah. The guy, well, I'm gonna say too much, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I guess all artists have like that one song that's just not, didn't quite make the cut.
Well, going forward, I'm not getting on nothing unless I feel it. If I don't feel it, I ain't doing it. I don't care if we got affiliations or not. That's just who I am, man. Yep. So that's how I look at it. It's all about creating art for me. That's why you call it an artist, because you create art. If I can't create art, I don't want to do it. That's just where I'm at right now. I feel like I got to a certain level now as an artist where I can be particular about what I'm doing. Before it was about, let me get my name out there, let people see who Soulrac is. Let's do what we got to do. Now I'm like taking that slow motion move. Now I'm like, okay, let me hear this. Can I make something happen with this track? And if I can, then I write to it. If I can't, I'm not getting on it. That's just how I'm doing going forward. You know what I mean?
Okay. We got a question.
Okay.
From Technic. He said to come over racial equality, he must first confront our history. He said to please elaborate.
Well, basically, in order for us to deal with the future, we got to deal with the past. You think about, we dealt with over 400 years of oppression. We dealt with Jim Crow. We dealt with so many things, because a lot of people want us to bypass what we went through. But it's just like this. If I cut you and I leave you bleeding, and I say, well, you know what? I know I cut you, but let's forget about it. Let's just deal with what we can do together going forward. I can never repair that injury until I cause you to heal. You got to heal the past in order to deal with the future. And so that's why I say we got to confront our past, because a lot of times people say, well, enslavement happened. Let's get over it. I can't get over something that continues to affect my family today. If I'm still dealing with redlining, where we couldn't be able to get mortgage, get homes because we lived in a black neighborhood, which was color coordinated, and so many other different things that continue to affect black and brown people. We can't get past that until we deal with the past. You know what I'm saying? We got to heal the past in order to bring us to the future, because we got to close that generational gap and wealth and so many other different things. I'll leave it at that. I can elaborate, but I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did that answer your question? I hope it did.
Yeah.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, this day and age that we're in right now, I still can't believe it. I'm thinking about the kids right now. They're gonna have another shitty holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
Martial law is almost in full effect.
Yeah, I think America has always been close to martial law. It's just a matter of who they use martial law for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
who's gonna have the balls to start really, snapping the whip.
Yeah, because
he said awesome response.
All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for the question.
I wish I had sound effects for my applause, but I'm
we're gonna give them a thumbs up though, for real. Yeah. But yeah, we always battle with being on the verge of martial law, because the whole purpose of martial law is to control. You know what I'm saying? And that's why law and order has always been in place since the 60s when with Nixon. It's all about law and order. But the reason they wanted law and order, because the goal was to control the black and brown neighborhoods. It was never to put law where it needed to be, because crimes are committed more by other cultures than black and brown people. But that's what they say statistically. They'll try to put it on. They say we're 13% of the population, 50% of crime, which is a lie. But we can deal with that another time.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So yeah, but that we got to overcome the lies. We got to confront, like we say, confront history, and also we got to change the narrative. And that's what I'm here. That's what I'm trying to do with my music. And and I thank you for the opportunity to share some of my views and my music to your people.
Listen, if you can get into one person, that's enough.
That's what it's all about.
And that goes in all aspects. As far as like helping someone, if you can get one person.
Yeah.
And you did something.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about.
That one person is going to talk about you,
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Yeah.
The power of word of mouth is amazing. It really
Hmm.
is. You know, we
Okay.
got another question for you.
All right.
From Rob Blaze. He said, "Who's your
Yeah.
greatest influence and why? And do you ever see yourself working with them one day as well?"
Influence is Rakim. As far as MCing goes, of course, anybody from the Juice Crew, Master Ace, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, Craig G. And as far as working with them, I'm actually did a song with Master Ace that's gonna be dropping soon. I did
Nice.
it. I did Belly the Beast actually has Craig G on it. He's the first
Oh,
artist on that track. And then my man BBS
okay.
Verbal. And then Craig G and I just did another song called Welcome to America, which is gonna be a hard hitting song. Get ready to drop my verse in the studio this week. And all of that's being worked with DJ Merciless up in Canada. So I'm definitely working with some people. Hopefully I can work with some other ones as time provides. But it's all about opportunity and access. So, the door opened up, I'm going in. I'm knocking that motherfucker down. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
to speak it into existence. So just keep
Yeah.
talking about it. You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
what it is.
Yeah. But
Yep.
you're so dope. Like I said, I really love your music.
Appreciate it.
Although you only sent me 2 tracks, and I'm gonna get on MJ too because she was being cheap sending me 2 tracks.
Oh, word. Word.
I'm
I
like,
can
who
get
did
you
that
more.
to me? I'm like, that's why you sent me good music, and you only sent me 2 tracks.
I'll give you more. I
But
didn't,
yeah, send me some more.
I
Yeah, please
got you.
send me some more tracks.
I
Because
got you.
I definitely like what you're speaking about. Seriously, you
Appreciate
have a
it.
very my son was listening to you on the Alexa in his room, and I
Okay.
walked in and I said, "Oh shit, I didn't even realize you were listening to to my radio station."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I like this song right here." And I'm like, "Okay." He's
Yeah.
like my 'cause, he's 19, so I let him listen to some of the music that gets submitted to me, and
Yeah.
he's like my reviewer, the younger. So he'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "No, that's not good. Yeah, keep it." Things like that. So he's feeling
Yeah.
your music too. So that's dope.
Yeah,
And
that's
Rob,
what it's.
he said it sounds great. He said he wishes you all the best and success.
Well, I appreciate you, Rob Blaze. Thank you for the question and thank you for the well wishes. Much love. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But
DM me. I want to feature you in my October issue of my magazine.
okay, I'm gonna do that. I'll definitely do that. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever work I can provide for you or whatever I can do, let me know. We make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Let everybody know your how to find you.
Oh yeah, they can find me on social media anywhere. Just go with at Soulrac Music. My YouTube, you can also find me at Soulrac Music, and that's Soulrac, and then music as it's normally spelled, Music. And then just check me out, link up with me, DM with me. You know what I'm saying? Any artists want to work, hit me up. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Definitely, and I'm definitely connected with those radio artists too.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
connect with
yeah.
them and let them know about you. I'll send them your music, and we'll connect definitely.
Yeah,
That'll
I'm
be
looking,
dope.
man. I want to work with reggae artists so bad. Ooh, I want to get it on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tear
Okay.
a track up
Yeah,
when I
hopefully
get
I
one.
can help you with that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
if
a
you
few
can.
good ones. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of art, and from what you piggybacking off of what you were saying earlier about
Mm-hmm.
all these artists out now that they're literally rapping about the same thing. I feel like it
Mm-hmm.
takes away from these good artists that are out here that are like underrated, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're not given a shot, and it's why because you guys are speaking so much truth. And if you want to be frank, the big boys don't like
Well,
truths
no,
being spoken of.
no, they don't. There was
You
a,
know.
yeah, there was an interesting thing I heard. They were saying that a lot of these record labels they want us to, talk about shooting
Oh
one
yeah,
another, doing all of
toxic
that
stuff.
because
Yeah,
yeah, and
absolutely.
I ain't gonna knock it. If you from the street, speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Right.
gonna knock it. But what I am saying is that they don't want the messages that I'm trying to put out or anybody that's trying to bring
Nope.
something that's gonna change the culture
Nope.
because they
That's
want us to
gonna make
continue to
people think.
yeah, they want us to
They
continue to
don't
stay
want
in
people
that
to think.
struggle. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
they
it is
don't.
because your music makes
They
people
don't.
think. That's why I said I literally listened to the song about 4 times,
Oh,
like 3 or 4
word,
times. Yeah, because
word.
I heard it and it's not like I can't understand what you're saying. I
Yeah, I know what
understand
you
it,
mean.
but
Yeah,
it's just more so of, I have to hear this again because what he said was really fire.
yeah,
You
yeah. I
know,
appreciate that. I
it's to
appreciate
that
that.
point, seriously.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it is, and and it's. I'm glad that I linked up with you and many others who gave me an opportunity because this is the way people hear about what I'm doing
Yeah.
and what I'm capable of putting out. So once again, I thank you for the opportunity and the love.
Listen, internet radio is the future.
Yeah, I know.
People
I
are
know.
sleeping on it, but I've been saying it for as long as I've been doing radio. I've been doing radio for 5 years now, and I've been
Oh,
saying it.
word,
Internet
word.
radio is going to take over
Yeah,
FM radio, and it already
absolutely.
is. Statistically, it already is.
Well, it is. I mean, you think about it.
You
Years
know?
ago, you know what I'm saying, we thought CDs would never be replaced, but now you putting USB inside your car now. You
Yeah,
don't even have no CD
exactly.
player. So the
Yep.
game is changing because satellite radio and then internet radio cars are being set up to do things
Yep.
digitally. So internet radio
Exactly.
is the wave I believe that's happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And now it's a matter of just, supporting one another so we can all make it to the top.
Absolutely. And if I can do anything to help get your message out there, let me know. Tag me whenever you got a show.
Yes.
I'll retweet
I
it.
need a
I'll
drop.
repost, whatever. I'll do
I
one.
need a
I got
drop.
you. I got you. Just tell me what you want me to say. I got
I
you.
definitely will. I definitely will. I'm gonna DM you. Don't
Right.
worry. I'm gonna DM you the information for these indie artists,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we'll continue connecting from there. But thank
No
you so
problem.
much. I appreciate it. Hopefully, when you come out to New York, you can come into the studio and we can have another formal interview.
I do see one question you want me to answer real quick because I ain't want to
Okay,
overlook
hold
it
on.
from Rob Blaze.
What advice would you give an upcoming artist, and how would you help them through the struggles of being a new artist?
I didn't know if you had. Yeah.
What's your insight on indie versus radio? Okay, answer the first one first.
Okay, no problem. What I would do for an upcoming artist, I think we kind of touched a little bit tonight. The main thing is find your lane. Try to be different. Don't do what everybody else is doing because it's popular or it's easier to get some attention. The one thing I learned is the more different you are, the more rewarding it would be in the long run. Because if you follow trends, the trend changes, then you got to change. But if you already got your own lane, you ain't got to worry about changing. The second thing I would say, recruit or get people around you that believe in your vision and believe in you. Don't just try to get and more than that, learn the power of networking. Network with people that can open up doors for you and build relationships with people that can open up doors for you. You know what I'm saying? As far as what I can do, if you reach out to me, whatever advice I can provide or whatever support I can provide, let me know. It's all about helping the culture. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. And the second question was, what's your insight on indie versus mainstream?
All right, this is my take. I think the beautiful thing about being an indie artist is that you don't have to worry about the controls of a record label or trying to fit into that cookie cutter effect that they have. The challenge of being an indie artist is that we have to fight to get exposure, and you have to invest into your art, and you got to work as a mainstream artist even though you are an indie artist. And what I mean by that is that you got to spend your money, go to a real recording studio, record your music. Get quality mixing and mastering. That way, when people hear it, they hear the quality and they want to keep spinning your music. Don't take the cheap route. Invest in your music just like you invest in eating at a fine restaurant. You don't go to Red Lobster and go there just to eat the French fries. You go there for whatever the high price food is. So treat your music like a high price restaurant. Put the best in it. Get the best out of it. As far as the other thing I would say is that one of the disadvantages of being an indie artist is that, again, you don't have exposure. And we don't have a whole lot of money. So be wise with your money, invest in yourself smartly, and again, get other people to get behind you because they may cover some of your costs and they may provide those opportunities you need. Hopefully I answered your question.
Definitely did. You answered it for me and I didn't even answer the question.
All right, word. Yeah.
No, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate the responses too to the people that chimed in this evening.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll definitely stay connected.
Okay, no problem.
Definitely.
Yeah, like I said, reach out to me. I'm gonna DM you so we can work on the other thing you mentioned. And once you get the artist, what's have you, let's keep it moving. And tag me whenever you got a show. Tag me. I'll repost it, retweet it, whatever. I want to make sure you get. I'm gonna show some love on my end.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
All right.
You have a great night. Stay safe.
You have a great night too. Thank you for the love.
Soulrac, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow him.
All right. Peace.
Peace. All right, y'all. That was Soulrac. Yeah, he was dope. He's a dope artist. He's in rotation right now, so you can check him out on TuneIn Radio or liveradio.com/WRaw. You can also go to the website, No Filter Radio LLC.com, and listen to the music 24/7. That's all for now. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been great coming back. I haven't been on in a couple of months, and it felt good to come back and do another interview. I miss talking to the people. I miss getting to know artists and tapping into their craft and things of that sort. So tune in next week. We got a whole 3 weeks right now. 3 weeks left in September. We got a whole 3 weeks right now booked with artists. You already know. Make sure y'all tune in every Tuesday, 6 to 8. No Filter Radio. It's your girl, Jess Blaze. I appreciate y'all. Peace.